It's almost the 4th of July when you hear this. As a matter of fact, you're 2 days out. When this releases, you're 2 days out. Now, I don't know statistics. I'm no mathematician. I don't know numbers. I don't know about you, Wade. But, well, you know what? I know about you. So I take that back real quick. Sorry. When it involves numbers, I'm going to usher you to the side here. But I'm going to say
Fair.
40% of our audience doesn't know they should be celebrating the last days they have all their digits.
Yeah, well, it's funny that you brought up all those things and you finally said digits. You don't know the numbers, but you know how many digits you have and how many people won't have.
Yeah, I have all 11.
Yeah, there's a lot of people who are about to just be riddled with problems.
Yes. Now, if you're born near a nuclear site, you have the ability to lose a couple and still be above board.
That is the pretty cool part about being a mutant freak from 3 Mile Island. It's like you can do that cool trick and you're like, this is just cheap surgery.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Medicaid. I don't need you. I'll do it myself.
Yeah. Hey, fuck you, Chernobyl doctors. Guess what? I'll do my own back surgery with this mortar shell.
I'll blow up my dead twin on my shoulder myself.
All he ever says is, kill me.
Kill me. Luckily, I live in Oregon, where it's a suicide-recognized state.
And I'm assisting.
Thank you, Canada, for passing this law. I can finally get rid of this burden on my back.
You know what? If you said that to a Canadian, be like, how would you like to take care of that burden on your back? How many things do you think they'd go through before they're like, oh, you're making the joke, eh?
Yeah. Be quite a few. I feel like Canadian, you know what? For being the nice people, they have a lot to complain about, and they do.
Oh, yeah. Like, if there was a culture that represented what is now known as toxic male masculinity behind closed doors, where you just, if they're basically a actual representation of normal guys that just stuff their feelings down, because when they get behind closed doors, it is just an alcoholic fest just to try to smother those feelings.
Oh, yeah, you know, I feel some anger, but I just stick that stuff in a penalty box and then let it come out after it sits down and cools off for about 2 minutes.
You know, it
2 minutes for icing.
It never overflows except for, you know, when the fucking Oilers ruined everything again.
It's a wild one. I don't know. Do you know anybody who's personally ever been injured from fireworks? I can't think of a single person I know. Which is wild.
It depends
as much
on
as
the
I
severity.
Around.
I've had firecrackers go off in my hand, and that immediately made me go, noted. I am not buying these anymore. That the wick is so short, like you burn and it just goes boom right in your hand. That hurts. So
well, you're not supposed to hold them. I'm pretty sure it says in the instructions, do not hold.
No, if you light it and then you throw it.
I'm pretty sure it says do not hold while you light this.
No, it only says that on M80s where it takes your hand.
And those are the ones you gotta throw.
Yeah, exactly. Hello, JPP.
Yeah. I still think that those are, like, everybody always talks about.
Do you remember him
taking...
where he, JPP in the NFL, where he turned it and it's got like a pancake hand?
Well, I think it's written in NFL contracts now that they're not allowed to handle fireworks anymore because of that.
They gotta hire a guy. Like, hey, I'm gonna light this. You throw it.
Yeah. I by proxy. Yeah, wouldn't that be funny? You just have that bad of an addiction to fireworks on the 4th of July that you gotta get cucked for explosions.
I taught my daughter very early, apparently, the coolness of 4th of July, and that is, let other absolute nimrods literally light their money on fire.
Yeah.
Don't do it yourself.
I was talking with my fiance about this the other day. I've never bought fireworks myself in any capacity. Never. No, all the fireworks I got in high school that I used to fuck around with were ones you left behind in a giant garbage bag in Dad's basement.
Oh, Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And it was just nothing but bottle rockets and black cats.
Yeah. That was the one where we got the fire truck called on us. Those were leftovers because we threw a bunch of those black cats in the giant bonfire, and yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, you did that too? Maybe that's where I got that idea that one time. You must have told me that.
I don't know. It sounded awesome. Didn't realize how much it's nighttime, so you don't realize how much smoke all those put off.
Right.
And we got the fire trucks coming. Just showed up.
I brought a pack of those that you left behind. Not a pack, not like a single use, like a whole pack.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna say I bought like economy packs.
Yeah. No, I brought a carton of black cats to a graduation party.
Yeah, it looked like you had a problem.
Yeah, and nobody saw me do it. They were all away, but the person had a bonfire. It was like a late night.
Nice.
I threw the whole thing in, and I grabbed my buddies like, we got to go.
Like the plastic wrap on it and everything?
Yeah, and I said, just go. Leave now. Go. We got, oh, man, she knew it was me, and she got so mad. Rightfully so. I felt bad afterwards. I thought it was really funny in the moment. No, I did. I felt horrible afterwards.
Why would you feel horrible?
Her parents were extremely mad.
Oh, her Nana had a heart attack.
Yeah, exactly.
It's Nom all over again.
Yeah. Charlie's in the trees. I knew this day would come. Yeah, I felt horrible about that. Yeah, that was a bad one. But yeah, that's the only time I've ever had fireworks is when you left them behind. Otherwise, I'd never buy them.
Okay.
I would never buy fireworks.
Last time I bought them, it was 7 or 8 years ago. They got me in with that fuckery of a sign that's like, hey, 4 for 1.
Yeah, so we talked about this. I remember when this happened.
Yeah. And it just screw you over because all they have in there is like a little card table, and that's not even like, hey, this is the table for this shit. So they screw you over.
Yeah.
And that was the last time. I was like, okay. And like today, I drove by a tent, and I was like, I hate all of you. Behind the tent, the people that are running it, driving Audis, and it was like an Audi and a Mercedes behind the tent. I'm like, yep, you guys suck. Yeah.
So there's an Audi that was you did what with the Audi?
Nothing. I was just driving by. I'm like, I fucking hate these sleazeballs that just got an Audi and a Mercedes behind the fireworks tent. And
there's no way that Nathan, they were leasing those, by the way.
No, they're leasing the fireworks that they're selling and making stupid amount of money on.
I don't understand the inventory of fireworks stands. That's the thing I never understood. I think we looked into this last year too. We're going down a rabbit hole of things we've already covered on this. You want to just rewatch a video of us doing this?
Yeah, because that will explain. I feel like if you can figure out how fireworks work, you have learned the Chinese economy.
Yeah, I also think you've learned how our government works because somehow we supply a thing and then it's subsidized and then you pass it back off and then you never eat the cost of it.
No, what it is there's sleight of hand and you don't know where that money went.
3-card Monty with fireworks. Where is the Roman candle?
What happened? Well, I applied fire and it went boom. Oh, unfortunately, that was your money. And it's like, shit.
Gross.
I just heard somebody telling me they're bragging because they had a hookup. Somebody they knows another person that runs this place, so they get their fireworks at cost. And I was like, oh, really? So they're like they're spending hundreds and getting thousands. And they're like, no, they spent $1,000 and got like 5,000. I'm like, they still got ripped off. That's not at cost.
No, that's not at cost at all. That's like Hank Hill when he used to buy cars. Look at me, Peg. I always get the good price, sticker price.
Yeah,
he plays sticker price.
Doesn't haggle shit.
No, he just been getting fucked over for 20 years.
I remember that episode. All the dealers are so excited that he's showing up.
Yeah, dude, it's so funny because Peggy's got the guy talked down, and then Tank walks in, and he's like, "Oh, Peggy, what are you doing? Here, I'll take it from here," and she completely undoes all the fucking shit she just did. Oh, it's the fucking best, dude.
Is that the last? Is that one of the last places you can like legit haggle anymore?
I think so. Honestly, unless it's a corporation, right? Where the price, because you can't.
Yeah, but if
you
it's
can't
a
haggle at Target,
not at a corporation because you got no chance.
No. They should. We should bring that back. That'd be way more fun. Is the haggle at Target? I'm gonna do that next time I come in. I'm gonna try to talk down the cashier for no reason, just to see if I can do it.
So you got it for $2.50. I'll give you $1.95.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. I'll give you $200. You got this TV on sale. It's on clearance. You clearly don't want it in the store anymore. I'll give you $200. I bet it works. I bet you could. Not enough people do it that I bet it might work now and then.
The thing I don't understand, and I think you're right, but when you point out electronics, what's crazy is instead of letting you haggle, they destroy that shit when they're about to get rid of it. Like, oh, nobody bought it.
Yeah, well, that's because corporations are evil. And they were like, oh, you want us to donate things? How about this? Boom, boom, boom. It's broken.
Yeah. Corporations
It also is way more fun to destroy things than give it to poor people.
Yeah. But the corporation really did make Shane O'Mac, so...
Yeah. But do you disagree? Did you ever have one of those jobs where you get to destroy items?
Yes.
Yeah, and it rules. It's so fun.
Yes.
You know how many times when I worked at Office Max that I got to recreate the scene from Office Space where I got to just beat up a printer?
So you like got ordered to do it. I had that job, but we had forklifts, and it just sometimes oopsie doodles over the thing off the forklift, and you're like, oh no.
No, we had to destroy a certain amount of products and stuff like that. My favorite is when they tell us, like, oh, you got to get rid of the candy that's at the register. And it's like, I'm going to go back there and eat a couple bags. Like, what are you talking about? You think I'm just going to chuck this?
I thought you'd go over where the local homeless encampments are and tee it up basically like a homeless confetti and just spray down hit it with a baseball bat and just
That's when I wish I would have had one of those fucking guns from like for t-shirt cannons and just launching sour Skittles at homeless dudes.
You just start yelling out peanut M&Ms. Oh, you.
Who's fucking ready? Yeah.
Oh, dude. I think if you did that, you could get.
We got king size.
I think that's how you become the homeless deity. Like, you just show up with candy. Because you know they're all on meth. They got a sweet tooth.
Oh, yeah, dude. That's how you become a mythical god in Greek mythology.
Pretty much. It's like, what happened? Well, once every day on a waning moon, this god shows up over the bridge and yells out candy. And if you're lucky, he will try to impale you with a new fresh bag.
Canditheus shows up and launches his sweet treats into the ether, raining down on us.
Chocolatey goodness.
Blessed be he.
The chocolate hasn't even turned white. It's so delicious.
The chocolatier has returned.
The gummy bears have not yet melded into one. This is a glorious day.
Yeah, I had to destroy shit all the time there. I bet you, but like, I'm going to try to haggle next time I go to Target. Just for fun, even when I don't really want to buy it. Unless I really talk myself into a sick deal. That'd be cool.
See, that's the only thing I could think of ever wanting, and I don't want to because it's all garbage anytime you go. But antiquing, that just sounds fun to haggle. Now, I'm more of I wouldn't want anything, so I think I'd haggle, get them down to the price I want. We're like, cool. Well, I'm going to take off, and I don't want this now.
You can haggle, I think, at a lot of
bodegas,
like privately owned businesses. Well, bodegas probably. That's a privately owned business. Like anybody where it's not under a corporate umbrella, it's probably way easier. Like you own a business. I could probably haggle with you because you want to make a sale, right? Like, and you're like, it's not that big of a profit or whatever. You can do it with like home improvement, like contractors. Like they're all about that.
Yeah, I mean,
but that's scary.
Tim Allen's got to make a profit though. Got to bark over the fence.
And then, what else was I thinking you could haggle? Yard sales. Classic.
Yes, and the worst.
Yes. People are the worst at those. That's one reason why I hate doing the garage sale, but I hate selling at a garage sale. I love going to a garage sale.
No, I hate it too because if something's marked $1, get the fuck out of here with your haggle. It's like it's a goddamn dollar, dude. Get out of here.
No, dude. I'm getting Terminator for 50 cents. Okay, I'm not paying a full $1. It's VHS, dude.
I'll give it to you for 50 cents if you let me shit in the box.
Oh, man. I know a place you can definitely haggle, Nathan, that I saw the other day.
Okay.
And that is a
Strip
holistic...
club.
You can
Yeah,
there are services that are up for debate.
Yeah. You're dancing.
If you pay enough, you can touch them.
If you pay enough, you can give him a pap smear.
Yeah. Yeah, this thing's going to need some DIY done.
It's infested.
Yeah, I'm the PI, and this thing is definitely...
Oh, boy, I'm going to have to fumigate this. Hold here a minute.
Yeah, I'm going to have to condemn this. This is not structurally sound.
No one's been in here in years. Cobwebs.
We're going to have to remove the child from in here. This is going to go against OSHA standards. This thing, and we're going to have to condemn this. We're going to have to remove the child from the premises. That's how they need to start flaring that.
Hey, I'm going to have to, we're going to have to baby-proof this.
Yeah, you got some leaky pipes in here. We're going to have to tie those things off.
I see you hired Joe. He's a bad plumber. Huh? Dude, look at him.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you've had a couple of bad contractors in here before doing shoddy work. They've really destroyed the walls in here.
This is going to take months to fix.
This is all demo. No.
Can't even use this for scraps.
Looks like the inside's on the outside. Oh, that's horrible.
Who puts the insulation on the outside?
No, a place that you can definitely haggle now, though, is a holistic medicine store.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I went to my one of my local dying malls.
Yes.
And they thought the remedy to bringing in customers was putting in a storefront with a holistic medicine store.
Right? Yes.
Far East is no longer just the Treasures Nation. They also have a Far East Medicines now.
You can get Far East urine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, perfect for all that stuff. And, I was curious. I wanted to go in and look at stuff because I figured, you've tried all the Western medicine to grow your hair back, but I thought maybe some Far Eastern medicine to help your hair would be,
yes.
Some nice try. The problem is I know none of it works.
Well, I've been seeing results with the Chia Pet feed.
The reason I know none of it works, Nathan, is because the man, red flag right away, by the way, if you're in a holistic medicine store and a man is running it, get the fuck away.
Oh, I thought you were going to say, and he's not selling Mogwais?
Yeah. No, this looked like a used car salesman
Okay.
in a holistic
so you can haggle.
Store. Yeah, you can haggle for sure. And I wanted to trust the bald medication in there, but this man was bald too. How can I have this man try to convince me like, oh yeah, this stuff really helps with stopping male pattern bald? I'm like, what, you just didn't take it in time?
You don't know that if he were to drop trout, he's got a Viking braid around his dick.
Let me tell you, I don't have any drapes, but the carpet is thick. I'm talking 70s shag.
I got beads in my braid, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, I bead my hair, and it looks like Jesus when you part them. You can walk right through my legs. Jesus.
You part my seed, there's a little special something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, you can't trust any medicine coming from that guy. He has all this holistic medicine in there, and he can't cure his own male pattern baldness. That's how you know the shit doesn't work.
See, now that's where you do it. You got to go full tilt on that. You got to be like, yeah, this oil, it removes breast cancer. And, what? You don't have... I did. You know what I'm... Yeah?
Yeah, I said goodbye to those memories. Get it? Anyway, how you doing?
By the way,
yeah,
you also want to take this creatine, but that's why you also need these mammary removers.
I would never go buy anything from a holistic medicine shop.
Why not?
Ever. Because I don't trust
You can
it.
trust their ashwagandha.
No, I don't even know what ashwagandha is. What the fuck is ashwagandha?
It's a holistic I don't know what it does.
I love how like Google we know what your dumbass is trying to look up.
Yeah.
I typed in ash and it was like Waganda. We don't.
Do you want the drug or the Wednesday? I don't know.
Benefits of ashwagandha. Okay. Let's see here. What is it? I want to know what it is. Ashwagandha is used for thousands of years.
See?
It's
used by
renowned
witches, warlocks.
Antimitotic herb, which means that it is used to help bodies resist psychological physiological and psychological stress.
It helps you reduce fitness. Just get fat.
Yeah, resist physiological and psychological stress by adapting to the needs of the body. Oh, by the way, it just adapts to whatever you need it to be.
Yeah.
This turns out ashwagandha is Ditto from Pokemon. It just morphs into whatever it needs to do.
Yeah. The benefits are nothing, but it looks cool.
Well, yeah, but it sounds cool too.
That's like the people that peddle. Have you seen the people peddling like, "Hey, nature's remedy is you need to put sunflowers in your coffee. It just gives you better antioxidants."
Yeah, it's the worst. Also, if you want to be more positive, sun bleach your butthole.
I've found it has many benefits.
Yeah. I don't have to wipe anymore.
Just bakes all that off. A bidet? No, thank you. Sun away.
Thank you. Yeah. I have my vitamin D, thank you. It'll take care of
I don't
my messy
wipe.
bottom.
I spray with my sun away.
It supports healthy immune system, promotes a calm mood, fosters healthy sleep patterns, supports healthy reproductive system. Oh wow, lady, we're gonna do some structural integrity to this project you got going on down here.
Hey,
we're gonna have you take some ashwagandha, bada bing, bada boom.
Yeah, man, we got to fix it. We got to get all that asbestos out of there and put in all the ashwagandha updates.
Yeah. We'll get rid of this asbestos, put in ashwagandha. You're going to feel fine.
Like that guy says, you're going to like the way you look.
Yeah. Supports and sustains energy levels and strength, including physical activity. Supports healthy muscular tissue. Supports healthy endocrine system. And promotes healthy function of adrenals.
Oh.
So this thing is a miracle drug that everybody should be taking, apparently.
Yeah, and based on what you just said, doesn't that mean that if you really isolate it down, this is what makes adrenochrome?
Yeah, it sure does. Yeah. This is the plant-based version of adrenochrome.
Oh, okay.
This is the vegan version of it.
You know what's funny is if even half of that was real, even half, they'd be like, no, that's a psychedelic. You can't take that.
Yeah, it'd be on the ban list. Anything that actually is worth a fuck that grows and is on a banned list that we're not allowed to have.
Hey, that's beneficial to you. What do you mean? It either open up your mind to make you feel good, and that hurts Big Pharma. We can't have it.
I love how we keep doing Italian voices for everybody this episode.
Hey, man, they won't let us.
We have 3 voices on this podcast.
Hey, you guys, we had to go somewhere from the mob. We just went to Big Pharma.
Yeah, I still like even if that stuff did work, I wouldn't buy stuff at a holistic store. Okay, I don't trust witches. Okay, unless see that's the problem why that guy couldn't sell anything too. He's a balding
that's
dude.
Wrong. That's I think I would trust a witch over a place that's like that flat out calls themselves in the name a shaman.
Oh yeah, no, you don't want to do a shaman.
No, not unless you're in a jungle and they're like, hey, we have one drug and we know what we're doing.
Well, that's why I didn't trust this guy in this holistic shit, because he was a shaman in a silk shirt and a bad hairline. I can't trust that guy.
I mean, he sounds like he can make you a great pre-rolled cigarette.
You're right. Oh yeah, he's got those Turkish rolls down, dude. He got the Turkish rolled cigarettes like
Dude,
nobody's business.
Speaking of cigarettes, I was just happened to be reading about airlines the way they used to be. I did not realize when you boarded a plane in the 60s and early 70s, and I want to say it cut off early 80s, they used to give you a 4-pack of cigarettes.
Oh, dude, that rips.
You can look them up. They got they have the images of them, and they'll be like Southwest, American Airlines branded packaging for your and they'll just give you 4 Camels.
Dude, it does make you think how everybody always says, like, we're going to find out social media and all that stuff is as bad as smoking was. You know, they keep saying that all the time.
Yeah, but it wasn't as cool as smoking.
No, it's not. Nothing like looking down at your phone like this. It's as cool as going.
You know, when you really put it that way, it makes it seem like you have some issue where you're going to be drooling when you're looking down. Versus,
oh, you haven't drooled on your phone while scrolling through Instagram Reels? I have.
No. And it's
gooning.
No, it's funny though because you get that and you're far less social. Whereas when you smoked, I think I was the most social when I smoked.
Right. You also, it's funny. You could tell how much somebody enjoys your company by how fast they smoke a cigarette around you.
I never thought about that. That is true.
Because think about it from your perspective.
You're damn good company when people light up the second one. Like, what's up? We're here.
Like, hold up. Yo, yeah, dude, that's fucking dude. So what happened next?
You see him whip out that soft pack. You're like, oh, we got time.
What happened next? Yeah, dude, that's how you know. Like, there's nothing.
You see somebody just rip it down with 2 suckers.
Or the even more like know that you're like good company or you're in the zone.
Oh, they got
somebody.
the Cruella DeVille stick.
Yeah, no, I mean they go like you finish yours and they're like, oh wait, you need another? Because they want to hear it. They're like, no.
My favorite was being out there and be like, I always got judged because it was like, dude, cools suck. Have a real one.
Yeah.
Because
I was a big Reds fan.
Nah. I was, the Camel Turkish blend, dude. But no, I'd have cools, and then I'd always have people be like, dude, are you sick? Like everybody, I love that smoker's philosophy. If you have menthol, it's like, oh, you got like a throat scratch.
You gotta go. I went and got my medicine today.
I went to my holistic doctor, Dr. Cool.
Yeah, he rolled me some menthol Turkish once. Smoke these in 3 days. You'll feel right at home.
Oh man, those were wild days. I never thought about that though. I've seen people rip them. I thought, oh, that's crazy. Like when you went out to bars, I've seen people do that, but I've never.
No, dude, they're trying to get away from it because most people, a cigarette is a nice, relaxing. You take your time.
Yeah,
you just kind of you're milking the clock on a cigarette break.
That and somebody actually broke it down. It's like, dude, you don't realize it, but you're like meditating while you're doing this shit.
Yeah, that's why like a lot of artists, writers, all that stuff would smoke all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it went horrible when they tried to quit.
Yeah. And then they put something else in their mouth.
Yeah.
Just
that oral
shout out Ernest Hemingway.
Yeah. That oral fixation can be a killer.
You're gonna put something in your mouth that's gonna kill you. Might as well put something that's a little slower.
Yeah. This takes time.
Yeah, the cigarettes on the plane, though, had to be fucking sick back in the day, though.
It had to be relaxing, because I guarantee you that's the only way they're just like, fucking kids.
What's really sweet is the fact that, like, there's definitely people on the plane who didn't smoke, and if you finagled yourself right, you can walk out of there with a whole pack.
That
Like, you gonna use
that?
Let me fucking...
Back the stewardesses were fucking. They were fucking everywhere.
You think they were fucking?
Yeah. There's plenty of stories.
Right.
Dude, I don't know. But okay.
Why did you get to that from me talking about stealing a pack of cigarettes?
Because I was just thinking, you having a smoke, you're doing that. Dude, you never volunteer at like a retirement home? You never have. Okay.
No.
I did that. I had to for like school. And then Mike and Chris actually worked at one. So I'd go hang out down there for like 30 minutes before they get off work. And I'd hear stories nonstop. There was this one old guy who was just regaling me with what he used to do. And he was just like, he was a marketing salesman for, it's like some kind of soap. And he was just telling me that all he'd ever do, he's like, oh, I love flying. Dude, he goes, I got laid so much flying. And I'm just like, the second he brought that up, it was just, at the time, I'm like 15 or 16. I'm like, yes, sensei, teach me more. What did you do? And he's like, oh, and it was just, okay, looking at it through today's lens, sure, it was inappropriate. But back then, socially acceptable. And okay, this dude was just playing grab ass from a seat waiting for the wink of approval.
Oh, man. I thought do you see, that's way worse than I thought it was going to be, honestly. But that makes more sense because of when that guy was doing that. It was the 60s. We were just like, hey,
I'm pretty sure it's like the 50s,
in the fucking head.
Dude. Like this dude, he was talking about like wearing suits and shit going flying.
Yeah. Isn't it crazy that guy was able to be a salesman, probably own a house, have a wife and kids on a soap salesman salary?
Dude,
who the fuck sells soap nowadays?
I got to see basically what comes of it, and that is his family ditches him in there, and it's probably some of his long-lost kids from a flight attendant that he banged.
A bunch of mile-high babies.
Mile-high whores.
Yeah.
Dude.
Getting knocked up at altitude probably has some severe birth defects on those kids.
They're born with altitude sickness.
Yeah. I can't go up in a plane. It makes me nauseous.
Yeah, no, it was crazy because that was his thing. He's like, he'd pinch them on the ass as they walked by. That was his move. And I was like, okay, can't do that.
Right. You're like, damn, dude, this is past its prime. This is like when Dr. J did the hook shot. You can't do that move anymore.
I was looking at this guy like he was the Showtime Lakers of getting laid, and then he tells me what he did, and like even in my 15 or 16-year-old brain, I was like, yeah, I can't do any of that. That's not above
damn,
board.
He was playing in a different league. He was playing in the ABA.
Yeah, things are wild there.
You don't understand, young blood. Game's changed. Michael Jordan's dunking from the free-throw line now.
Like, if you think about it, like early 2000s, the guy's already 80-something. So it was definitely
early 2000s.
Yeah, he was 80.
Let's just say 2003 for.
It would have been like
continuity.
Yeah, between 2000 and 2002.
Okay, minus 80. It's 1923.
Is when he was born.
So yeah, that's when he was born. So you give him like, let's add 30 years to that. So 1953, he's 30 years old.
Yeah. So definitely, yeah, like you said, it all checks out. He unfaithful salesman. Traveling with soap. Nobody can smell anything on him because he always smells like fresh soap.
Yeah. No, I didn't wash my dick, honey. Like, of course I wasn't screwing anybody. I always smell like soap. I believe in my product, so I'm always smelling like it. You don't know nothing about sales, see? You dumb broad. You barely understand soap. That's why the dishes are always have food still stuck on them.
I didn't think about that. That dude totally hit people. Just like. He wasn't. Oh,
you think I'm cheating on you? You're delirious.
What did Five Finger say to the face?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, that dude was a horrible person. That's why as soon as you were like, teach me your ways, I was like, Nathan, you can't learn from this guy.
I didn't, but that didn't stop me from asking the stories because they were so fucking wild. Like who literally?
Well, regale me. This man's dead. So
okay, no, literally pinching and grabbing ass as stewardess walked by, which is crazy. And then the other thing is he goes, it's surprisingly how much room you have in first class bathroom. It's like, oh, dude.
Yeah, back when planes actually were built for comfort and not to fit as many cattle as they can on there now.
Dude, yeah, it is like a cattle chute now, but
yeah, every time I get on a plane, that's all I think about is how I'm walking down the same thing. Like, you ever see how they load pigs or cows into like a trailer?
dude, we live in Iowa. I see it every day.
Right.
They're getting into
I'm not talking about
cars.
I'm not talking
into,
about the elementary school lines, Nathan.
I see them in the McDonald's parking lot every day.
Yeah. But they have like those little cage ramp ups. You know exactly what I'm talking about, right? Where it's like you see it's like an extra area that looks exactly like a little chute that you walk down once they scan your ticket. We're just cattle heading off into the slaughter.
Yeah. But no, this dude like just had a bunch of tales, and it was funny because at first he was telling like it was like a 5-minute introduction into what he did for his life, and then once he saw, he's like, "You like to hear stories about people getting laid?" Basically, it's basically that.
Yeah.
And he's just like, "Okay, here's my."
I haven't got to pussy brag in
It
years.
was basically, he's like found me. He's like, "I'm going to regale you with my conquest."
Yeah. I'm somewhat of a coxman.
It was so funny. And I was at that age still where I'm like, dude, if I listen to like 3 hours of this, I'm in his will.
Yeah, because 3 hours of you at like 16 is still like a giant portion of your life. Where to him 3 hours is like a blink. He's like, damn it, I wasted all that time talking to that fucking moron.
Oh, yeah.
I could have been whacking it. I got to get a couple more shots off before this clock strikes midnight.
I guarantee you he was still rocking boner pills back in his room.
Oh, probably, dude. You know what's funny is to think about, like, when that guy was getting laid and you said you're surprisingly roomy in the first class
bathroom
and stuff, right? It's still like back in the 1950s, like you said, they dressed. It's like suits and all that stuff. That was not easy to get undressed, and neither were the stewardess outfits.
No, but I didn't think about that at the time. Like saying it now, I'm like, okay, I gotta unbutton this, undo my cufflinks, and like all this shit. I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah. Well, they weren't getting fully nude, you know that. But even then,
I like to do it through the hole.
I don't know. Yeah. It just seems like a lot of work, and I just don't feel like it happened that it feel like it'd be a pain in the ass. Also, that guy's got to be the quickest comer in the West.
Oh yeah, dude, his name was Billy the Kid. No.
On account that I was a minor while I was doing all of this, I was Frank Abagnale.
The stories you get to hear, that alone made me go, this is amazing. I could never work here, and that's mainly because Mike and Chris, every time they come back, like, yeah, dude, we lost 3 people again. And I was like, oh, man, there's a lot of people dying. And they're like, no. People are stealing and getting fired.
Yeah. I'll tell you what would be a good podcast. That's what we should do, Nathan, is we should switch the trajectory of this podcast and just go to old folks' homes and interview those people.
Oh.
They got nothing to lose. Let it fly.
I mean, we missed the window to get all the World War II vets and just to hear the horrific tales that they take pride in telling.
Yeah, that is true. I'm sure there's a couple left. We can find them.
They're just a brain in a jar, just like on Futurama.
Also, aren't people tired about hearing about World
No.
War II? We only have about 90 billion movies about
Dude,
it.
who the fuck are you talking to? This is the same group of people who are just going, and I'm talking about all age, where they're like, murder documentaries, give me more.
True. Yeah, true crime. True crime.
Yeah.
Well, rough, dude. Yeah, speaking of true crimes and murders and all that stuff, I had to go to the courthouse recently.
Nice. They found the bodies. Finally.
Yeah, they finally found them. They took me in. No more hiding. I went to the courthouse to get like those marriage licenses. You know, got to get one of those in order to get married and all that jazz.
Which is a scam.
And
but okay.
they built in the county I live in. They built a new county building.
Okay.
And my favorite thing is when they build these new buildings, they modernize them, right? They don't try to keep them like looking historic look anymore, right? Which is boring. If I'm going down to the courthouse, if I'm in trouble, I want it to be like gothic and looking like, oh, I'm walking into something with authority and scary. Yeah. The God-fearing building, not this dystopian hellscape that they try to paint them as. Yeah. So I don't like that.
No, I get it.
But then here's my other favorite thing.
We got to bring a little bit of the past. It's almost like their marriage is the way they're continuing to build and add to their thing. We need something old, something blue, and
yeah, and they do have something old. That was what was weird about this place is they kept like old roll top desks from like the original assessor's office in there as like a decor thing. And
in there, that's where we keep all our quills.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it's fucking weird, and I'm like, if you're gonna modernize it, just modernize it. We all hate how this looks anyway. But my favorite thing about going to any government building, I have never once been in a government building and there not be a guy in a basketball jersey there too.
You got to offset the uppity. I mean, no, I get it.
He heard it was the courtroom and he was like, sick, all fucking ready to ball.
Because it's always funny if you look at it. I mean, empires have emperors, kingdoms have kings, and we have countries.
Yeah. Dude, it's nuts how often that happens, though. Like, if you go into, like, a DMV or, like, a courthouse or an assessor's office, if somebody's in there trying to get titles to their cars or a deed to their somebody is in there in a fucking basketball jersey. This person was in a John Stockton basketball jersey. Yeah, hey. Stockton. I was like, damn, Utah Jazz? This is wild.
At least go mailman. Have some punch to it.
Yeah. Bring you up on some charges.
It's more fitting.
Yeah. Dude, it's crazy to me, though, that people actually think, no, I'm just going to show up here in a fucking jersey, just walk in, and just like, it's fine for me to just show up like this.
They know I'm guilty.
Yeah. That's what's funny, and I know it's not like court, but, like, you're just showing up to the DMV to, like, get maybe your, like, because this was one of those buildings where it had, like, you know, like a motor vehicle and then, like, the assessor's office and, like, a bunch of things in it. But like,
I love how it's
like your picture taking your ID done in a jersey.
I just in my head pictured it as a government double wide where there's multiple things just connected.
It might as well fucking be. I think this guy thinks if you get your picture taken for your license, it does the like head movement, like at the beginning graphics of like a sports thing where you like they kind of move around.
No, he paid for the hologram finish.
Yeah. Just dunking, just posing for a dunk.
That's a 1 of 1, baby. Keep it.
Aaron Gregerson, Utah Jazz. Sir, your license doesn't speak, and you need to hold very still for this photo.
Will you quit throwing the U? You did not go to Miami.
Yeah, dude, it's just wild to me that people show up like that. I don't understand it. Never will.
It makes zero sense. But I mean, whatever. I don't know. The older I get to, I can't see myself ever wearing a jersey to anything. I don't want to wear another man's name.
Right. Are there also is it like a requirement that there's never normal people at the government buildings when you go to like wait and for your turn to do something?
Well, there should be.
I never see anybody else that's like me, like just like a normal human being. It's always just like.
Well, no, they honestly should.
Just the most haggard people.
I'm a firm believer that they should have somebody there that just checks for meth, nothing else, because they're good. I mean, they'll just filter them out.
And you're not wrong. If you had to like have somebody who's there all the time profiling drug addicts into the courthouse,
you're going to get 80%.
You would clean up 90% of them. You're going to
get a high percentage. I mean, that's called a high volume shooter. Thanks, Jersey man.
Listen, you're just going to keep throwing them up. Eventually, you're going to start making
it rain. You're arresting at Ray Allen volume shots. This is insane.
But yeah, that's actually a pretty spot on policy because you're right. Every time you go in, it feels like at least 40% of the people where you are, the DMV, any government building, there's 40% meth users in there. And you're like, how are you all in this building and nobody's checking you out? There's nobody running. That's how I know facial recognition software on cameras in buildings actually don't work. When they're like, oh yeah, they can fucking scan your face and find you anywhere. No, they can't because they would know that guy's on meth right now.
The guy over there having a full-blown conversation with himself in the corner, clearly a problem. And
listen, Palantir is at least 10 years away from doing this because they can't even do it now.
And I guarantee you, the meth people will be the first one to use those infrared glasses that they have. They're like, it breaks that. You'll start seeing them walk around with just cones of red around their head. They won't find me.
They won't find me. They can't never find old cone head.
But the funnier part will be they'll only wear them at night when they're illuminated like the sun.
Yeah, and while they're stealing catalytic converters, they keep getting stuck underneath the car, trying to get underneath them. Damn, Cody, that's how they'll always get caught, because they'll take it off so they can get underneath the car.
They'll get caught. They'll get caught underneath, and that's how you know your catalytic converter got stolen is when you go out in the morning, it's dark, but it looks like you have it.
Son of a bitch, there's a cone.
You're like, oh, there's LED lights under my car. Shit.
They put a goddamn cone. Yeah, that's so fucking funny.
Yeah, they get that's it, dude.
Oh, hell yeah.
Dude.
Yeah, that's funny.
I have to get a new windshield. My thing cracked. I now get to see there's a 2-inch area where I'm looking like I'm underwater driving. So it sucks.
Oh, boy.
Now,
so you have Sebastian. You're like Sebastian from Under the Sea.
For sure. So then I set it up because just like you, there's certain jingles that get in my head. So I call the company with the jingle and get it set up, right?
Oh, no. So you called the I'm not even going to say their name because I'm not giving free advertising.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm not saying. But anyways, they're like, I'm like, oh, that's cool. That's not bad. That's not bad. Order it. And then 2 hours later, I get a little text. And this is the most evil, devious, low-down, rotten piece of shit, and I approve of this, but it sucks it's happening to me. But I honestly am like, that fucking rips. You rip people off this way. This is like a magical get-out-of-jail, make-money card. And they go, yeah, oh, man. We see we got to recalibrate some sensors on your window, so we'll tell you what it's going to be. You don't get $1 amount. They're just like, we'll tell you what it's going to be when we get there.
Oh, yeah. They hit you with, this is what the baseline is. And then they go, oh, well, your model car has some special requirements.
So I get that. And I was like, the whole time I'm like, man, this is such a bullshit thing. But it's also a dirty, rotten thing I would do if I ran a business back. How are we going to make money? We're going to overcharge the fuck out of them for something they don't understand.
You're right. You think anybody understands windshields?
We got to tell them we got to recalibrate a camera that looks through a clear piece of glass that can see things, but we got to adjust it.
Yeah. They're temperature sensors.
What are we going to charge for that? Well, here's the kicker. We're not going to tell them until the last second, but it costs more than the windshield.
Yeah, of course it does. Oh, man, dude. Yeah, that is it's just getting the front. You just got to get your foot in the front door with the offer. That's how they get you on selling anything, dude. It's just like a little, oh, look at this. But here are all the fees on top of it. It's like, you fucking cunt.
Yeah. Oh.
Nobody wants to be straight up and tell you exactly what something costs these days.
No.
Except punninggame.com.
Because it's free.
Because it's free and all the merch is labeled exactly how it's supposed to be. That's what you pay. That's why we give you free shipping at checkout.
Yeah. That.
We can't tell you what the tax is going to be because I'm not the government and I don't know what they're taxing these days. Don't pay taxes.
Would you tread on me? I'd tread on me. I tread on me so hard.
So fucking hard. I tread on you like safe light.
The fucking dude. I was just like, oh man, is a master stroke and scummy sales tactic, and I love it.
Dude, there's nothing worse than sales tactics like that. Because what I hate is, that's why like people like you'll never go to them again because of that experience. Because you're like, well, fuck you. But I guess
every place does it.
The whole thing is it's one time and done. But yeah, I guess when I was a salesman, that I was actually bitching about this on Not Worth the Time. That like I would sell and I would ask people what they needed and what they were using stuff for. And if I would never upsell them. I'd be like, then you don't need this. This is like too much. And you don't need this. Like, if you actually want something, I'll get you what you just need it for, or I'll give you another option that would make it so cheap. And it's like, that's how you get return customers, is you, like, actually help people, but people aren't interested in return customers.
You want that
They're
bonus or not,
trying to
you
get your
fuck?
money as quick as possible.
Okay, what you need to do is
guess.
upsell them, but lie about it and make them think they need it anyways. Hey, you buying this printer? Oh, dude, if you just get this matte gloss on it, it's gross. You want this to pop. Think of the pop, okay? You're going to give this out. Maybe you're going to print out, like, I don't know, like high school graduation photos. You want to be able to control what you're able to print on. And if you upgrade to this $495 extra fee, we can let it print on 1/4-inch paper.
Did you actually look up if your vehicle has
It
sensors
does.
that need to be recalibrated? It does? Oh, okay.
I looked it up. And
That's all. And you know what? That was probably a fake website put on by Big Glass.
I thought it was weird they asked for my Soch.
Do you have to get the Safe Light app in order to fucking buy a windshield?
Yeah,
too?
that got me $20 off so they could sell my information. No.
Yeah, they can sell all my data because I created a profile.
Yeah. I created a profile so they could profile me.
Yeah, dude, that is on. But that's exactly how every transaction feels to go nowadays. Though, is they get you in with that little thing, and then you're fucked.
Yeah.
That's why, like, I can't join rewards programs, or like any like store rewards thing. I won't do it because, like, I know you're getting me with this offer to fuck me somehow. This isn't benefiting me. I know
Dude,
it isn't.
Nike blows. The amount of notifications you get for their rewards apps, crazy.
I bet. No, that's kind of how my Fabletics
every shoe drop. I'm like, I get it. You guys make a lot of shoes. I don't care about all these.
And you can't opt out. Like, no matter what, however you try to opt out of any of those emails or notifications, they have somehow they sneak in an extra one where you fucking get yourself signed up for them. You're just stuck in a fucking advertisement.
That's like fucking Bezos' company, and it keeps going, hey, we saw you looked at this. How about you come back and look at that? We really need you to fund his fucking wedding overseas, okay? Come buy some shit.
Yeah. He just has stock now. He doesn't, like, run the company anymore, right?
Fuck if I know.
I don't think he runs. I think he just owns the stock and shit now. I don't think he runs it or whatever. But you're right. Like, they're definitely trying to fund that fucking failed wedding. Also, shout out to all the Italians over there in Venice who just fucking put up artwork of him sucking dick and shit.
That's
like that.
hilarious. I thought it was crazy because everybody kept
so
reporting
much.
on it. It's like, A-list celebrities. I'm like, everybody's sucking dick of money. Everybody.
Yeah, and I don't get it. Like, it's so weird. Who needs to do that? It's just like just because you can. I guess that's the only reason you do that, because you can. You'd rather inconvenience a whole city because you can. I guess.
Rent out a city. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, and who's the money go to? The government of Venice?
No, corrupt cops.
Oh, the mafia.
Oh, Fongu, we just making the money.
Jeff Bezos made us an offer we can't refuse. It's the opposite.
All we had to do to rent Venice is release Luigi Mangione.
Yeah, and we decapitated him at his wedding.
It was, yeah, no.
It was a show of good faith to our friend Jeff Bezos.
I couldn't believe how much I saw of that without seeking out any of it.
Dude, I'm amazed at how much I see of stuff I never look up. Which tells me a lot of times, as soon as I start seeing a ton of other shit that I never look at, I never look up, I never ask about, that's when I go, oh, I'm trying to be distracted, or like somebody's pushing some shit that I don't know about. Like, I just take it as there's some kind of information I'm missing because this is being
I feel like somebody signed up something on me for People magazine or something. The way shit shows up, I'm like, I don't give a shit about any of this.
No, I don't either. It's not, and there's like nothing newsworthy about it. It's like some billionaire got a prenup this time. That's what the headline.
I kept seeing all this about A-list or something. Like, Hollywood's basically dead, right? Like, what are we talking about? There's nobody here that's important to me.
Yeah, that is the weird thing, because celebrities do all their own PR. If you want to follow a celeb, you follow them on social media. That's how you get all the inside access.
If my phone's listening, if you want me to care about any celebrity doing anything, show me their advertisement from like Japan and shit like that. That's crazy that they do. That I'd be interested in, because that would be hilarious. But here, I don't care.
Well, if I want to know anything that's going on with celebrities, I'm going to read the Diddy files.
Yes, that coupled with like the Epstein files. Whenever they come out, everybody burns.
Yeah, yeah. That's when you know you might as well just go find a bunker if those ever get released, because nukes are flying.
Yeah, people are going down scorched earth style when those get released.
We're going down in an early round.
Fuck, dude. But you know where you don't.
But you know where you don't have to worry about going.
Beat me to it. Punitgame.com, because we just keep you on floating. Got the whole network there, so go check that out at punitgame.com. Also on YouTube, go in that search bar, type in Comic Way Taylor, no spaces. Again, Comic Way Taylor. You get clips of this show. You get Not Worth the Time. You get clips of that man's stand-up. And then back on punitgame.com, get some merch.
That's right, everybody. Go to the Punting Game shop where you get t-shirts, hoodies, mugs, stickers, all sorts of cool stuff to represent your favorite shows here at puntinggame.com. And don't forget to use promo code WGAF. That's promo code WGAF, and they get you free shipping at checkout.
This time next week, we're going to see Sarah McLachlan sing about your missing digits. We're out. Peace.
Black cats suck.
Who is it?